Okay, now we go to edition number 17, book from number 17. But again, some small information about how it works behind the screens. Nothing is possible to organize without the help of friends. And it was before like that, and it is still working like that. So we still, the moment I was involved in the organizing with the trophy, my question to the club was, we need some extra people, we need some extra help, we need some special trees. And it was for a start first question to Luis Vallejo to bring his part of his collection, what he did. Then after that we were talking to Salvatore for a year later. Salvatore Liporace did a lot of work for the Italian selection then, and this was last year. And also Alexandre Escudero, we asked for do something with your showing display. So this is also something important that that you need every edition again. Somebody that do something extra, somebody that lay the level again a little bit higher, that everybody can follow this, and this is what we try to achieve. So I hope next year's the edition of the next edition will be probably, I hope it's possible to organize it. You never know, but let's say that it can go on. Then I will do something with my trees. So for next time will be a part of my job. So this is always something fun to do. Now we're gonna look to book number 17 and discuss some trees over there. Like I was saying, from Alexander Escudero, I know the man already for a longer time, and he's now really into the small sized trees. So this is one of his combinations here, and it's what can we say if people come up with a combination like this, then you could say, okay, this is perfect, nothing to discuss. This is all the kind of quality that we want to see on a show. So this is really good. And now Ulmus minor. Ulmus minor, it's in my opinion one of the best, let's say the best deciduous, the best in his variety, the best in his style, the best in everything that you can say. This is a typical old European tree, styled in some Japanese character, but this is no further comment. Hollow trunk. Even if we go a little bit further, pot and table, perfect combination for displaying this. What can we say? This is a tree. If you don't like this, you're blind. So the next tree I want to talk about is a Cupressus sempervirens from Mauro Scotti. Why this simple tree? Just the variety. Just look to the variety and see what this variety brings. Such an old bark on such an easy, simple styled tree. This can be just a tree from every beginner that brings a tree to a mature level. This is really so typical Italian that you say, okay, this is a European, simple styled tree, mature enough to exhibit, and everything is there that the tree needs. Then, if we look to this Fagus here, then we have this perfect combination, but I want to say a little bit more about this. This is from Tobias Peter from Bonsai Schule Enger. And this is what I want to see more and more, because also the trophy, everybody knows we have around more than 90 sales stands. A lot of those people are professionals. And I know this tree from Tobias, his father, from Herman Pieper. And this is an old tree already long in the pot and well maintained, really high European quality for what it is. And my question is, of course, to all the European vendors and all the people that come to the show that has some trees, please also participate to the show. This is an important question that I want to ask. Here we have a nice Pinus mugo from Jorge Campos. We have discussed this already a couple of times, some from trees from his collection. Again, this strange shape, but very, very dramatic. This is really typical Jorge's tree. Then Udo Fischer. How natural can a mugo pine be? This is really natural. The deadwood, also the foliage is not really strict perfect, but it is natural. So this is also a good selected tree. Then if you see here Mark and Rita Cooper with an Aster palmatum, this is so typical Japanese. This is so typical, just a perfect, too perfect actually, but can a tree be too perfect? This is just the typical Japanese way of growing a tree and styling a tree. And here again Udo Fischer. Again Udo Fischer with his Cornus Mas. This is what we want to see more and more on winter exhibitions. This kind of varieties. You see this color of the pot. This is really nice. Then also the buds are ready to open and starts to flower. This is the typical winter image and the ramification that a good tree should have. So this is really interesting. Cornus Mas. Here we have Luigi with his Piscia gleni, his Japanese spruce forest on a slab. This is so natural and also open styled, really not dense, just light enough. This is a kind of forest shape that not a dense forest, but an open shape of this kind of image. Look to the typical Italian way of laying moss. This is influenced by the whole group around Salvatore Liporace that you see. Okay, this is the way of coming close to the natural perfection, given this different types of moss colors. Another tree that we know for a very long time is this Larix from Martin Nilsson, was at several Ginkgo Awards and still is. This is just beautiful by his simplicity actually. So it's just straight upwards with a couple of branches and a nice shari. Very good taper. So this is actually the perfect image of a larynx that could stand in an open field. Again, Walter Paul, just look to the movement of this mugo. If you see the movement of this mugo of the trunk, this is spectacular. This is really starts from bottom to top with a very elegant dancing way. So this is also a special tree, actually. Then, if you look to Jose Luis Balino, this is just for the simplicity. If you look to this tree, this is really recognizable for me because I put those two trunks together. I put this tree behind the big one when it was young, and now if I see it back, we talk about 35 years later, how good this is really developed. This is started about 25 years ago with easy, very cheap Yamadori material, and make again this combination of two separated trunks, blend them together, and this is the result. It now looks like one piece. Here we have a really interesting tree from Salvatore. I think that the tree is now already in the hands of Mauro in a Dan Barton pot. This is the perfect combination, actually, if you look to the choice of the pot, and if you look to the deadwood, knowing also the way Salvatore works on his trees and the material he starts with. You can find this back in many of his old works, if you check this out, that he also started with raw material, do the first initial stylings, work further on, and brings it to a mature level. This is what we actually appreciate in a lot of European artists. This is an example. Another Italian, Alfiero Suardi. Alfiero is really the man of Texas. Alfiero is the man of several styled taxis, mainly Bacata, mainly European taxis. If you see again here the simplicity of the style and the quality of the deadwood, you don't see any carving marks, nice powerful live veins, but also the typical dense pads and the lifting up ramification. It's yeah, but what can you say? This is just perfect. This is the perfection of that kind of style. And I talked about this tree already before. This is what everybody wants to see this on exhibition. This is completely natural Pinus mugo from Enzo Ferrari. Yeah, this is wild nature. This is really quality. Then we discussed this tree also. This is a formal Fagus. We have seen this. Then we have Nicola Crivelli with his Piscia abies. This is also a very special tree for his variety and a special style. So also this tree is worthwhile to look over from top to bottom. Nice pot choice, also nice deadwood, nice movement, and also again the foliage, it's looking really natural. It's not lined off in perfection, it is just lined off in the natural way. This is a Celtis of Luis Vallejo from the museum. This is also a tree of my ex-bonsai collection. I know this tree for a very, very long time, and I've sold this tree to Luis, it must be now 15 years ago or a little bit longer. So if I see now the ramification that he put on this tree on top of it, he and his team doing a lot of good work with all the trees that they have. Just amazing how they improve every year and year and year those collection trees. This is really remarkable. Then we have here Xavier Massanet. Xavier is also, yeah, let's say one of the most important guys with quality trees here with his Kifu Chinensis. So this is really, really good material. So again, this is what we want to see in future.